is almost like my experience is like now 15 years, more than 15 years now, and in PHP level, in PHP language. And what happens actually is whenever I used to write codes before, I have to rewrite my code every time. You know, for every project, I have to rewrite my codes. Like for login, register, forgot password. You know, I have to rewrite my codes. And many times it happens that I got bored by writing same code again, 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 again. And I'm sure like many people over here, have noticed those things. And PHP is a good language actually. I must say. So I was for starting. I want to just tell you a story which is is a real story. How this thing came out, how this thing came into existence. So basically, I was writing codes, and one time I got a government project, and in that government project, what I have to do is like I have to write and I have to document everything, and I started working on it. And slowly, as much like I have worked on it, I took like 3 months on one project at that time, and I have to work on every single details like validations and everything. Even because it's a government project, so I have to take care of the load balancing. Even I have to give my applications for security check, and in security check, the security team has said like almost gave me 25 points. That has to be fixed and all that thing. So, and then we started working on that, like fixing those 25, problematic stuff. And slowly, what happened that these things keep going on, and this particular website which I have created in that time got very, I would say like very hardened in technology. Way hardened means it's very secured, okay, and very secured, and then also it became very fast. When I checked it, then I found few more problems in that. So then I started working on the code part of it, like the code problems which I'm facing was it was it was bulky when I was calling some functions, and for one person it is fine, but when 70,000 1 lakh people are using it, that time it is showing 500 error, 500 error. So normally people they call it like it's a error because of the code is not executed properly or something like that. So these things started happening, and then what I have done is I've made sure that all my websites will go and follow same principles, same rules, and same kind of the syntaxes, and then I started working on the the frameworks part of it. And I must tell you this that it was not an easy task for me to develop this. It took me almost 3 years time to just make the core part of this framework. You know, I totally understand that many people they are programmers here and they will be thinking like, oh, just to write a code, how much? It's 3 years time. It's like it's too much, but actually it's not just how it looks like. You have to write a code, you have to test a code, you have to write a code and test a code, write a code and test a code. In the same phenomena, you have to like it takes time, and you have to test, and testing takes a lot of time. Why? Because one major reason is for this is you have to test through the time. They say the things which doesn't pass the test of time cannot be a good product or cannot be a good framework. So yeah, it takes time to test everything. And then we came out with Eagle PHP framework. The Eagle PHP framework came that time after 3 years of my journey in that making a framework thing. Not only this, when I tested it, it meant out to be the world's fastest PHP framework also. I tested with this. I tested with Slim framework, which is also a PHP framework. There are actually tons of PHP frameworks. So I found out the fastest one, the one who deals with fastest one. I checked with that, and I found out that the Eagle PHP framework was the one of the fastest PHP framework. I put one code there, and the HTML code, and that was a bootstrap. Actually, bootstrap take 0.75, sorry, 0.90, ms time. But later on, when I checked, after putting the bootstrap templates or the page in LE PHP framework or Eagle PHP framework, the time was reduced till only 0.10 ms. That was really interesting. And I never saw this kind of behavior of a framework, like this type of outcome of a framework. Then soon when I showed all this thing to the government officials and all that, this became really popular in the government areas, and people, they started using it. But like not everyone, because this was my own proprietorship, so nobody can use it just like that. They have to give me the projects, and then I will be working on it and stuff like that. And then I have meant it only for the government bodies. So slowly it went to US federal governments, and then the Eagle PHP framework came into the existence. So next what happened, that I found that this beautiful framework which I'm having, I should make a light version of this framework also, which is, we can say, like LE PHP framework, Eagle Lite PHP framework. Okay, and then this LE came into the existence. Then I started taking out the parts from the Eagle PHP framework, and then made a LE PHP framework, which is open source. So was also my contribution in open source. So this is not just only single contribution from my side. I'm also the author of Electron for PHP, which you'll find in GitHub. It's open source. Then Morphit, and then this Eagle PHP framework and LE PHP framework. Even not only PHP, don't think like I'm just a PHP guy. Like yes, I'm a PHP person. I'm a PHP lover, but I'm also a CSS lover too. So I have also made the LE CSS framework too. Okay, so that is how this whole thing happens. Okay. So this is about the short introduction, not short exactly, but then yeah, it was an introduction on LE PHP framework. Okay, so but now I wanted to ask from you guys, like what exactly you face problem when you are working with PHP. I wanted to know from you all. You can unmute your mic, and you can you can speak up. Anybody? Hello? Is everyone listening? I believe that everyone is listening, by the way. But if you're having any problem, do let me know. Which you have found, when you are working with PHP. Okay, let's move ahead. Problems you face normally in developing PHP framework is like, normally it's you have to rewrite the codes again and again, and few more things like like sometimes your codes are not perfect. You have to write perfect codes, and PHP is not for, it's like it's doesn't give up error, or give a it doesn't give you an error again and again saying like, oh, you have to work like this, you have to write the code like this only. PHP is why I like PHP is like anybody can anybody can write the code in PHP. Anybody can do that. A beginner also start writing the PHP code just by like one line, echo PHP, like echo hello world, whatever, and you have wrote one program actually. So, and but when it comes to the experts level or expert, they wanted something more, like you make login form just like that, but when it comes to security, you don't think about the SSS and no XSCS and other the SQL injections, all this troublesome problems or security issues. You don't never see that. You normally what you do is like, okay, that what I have to do, I have to just write an SQL query. That's all. Okay, select star from users, or select count users, or dot from users where this email ID equal to this email, and then password is equal to password, and that's all. The SQL query is done. Execute it. If the report come, like if the counting comes, then it's okay. Otherwise, okay, invalid username. But you never know about the security issues. So when the other person, like experts, they start working on the login form, they don't only just write a query and just leave it. They'll write a query. They try to find out the logics behind it, like, okay, how many logics can be there? What if the user is already exist? Shall I update the user, or shall I do something? Shall I check the user first, or directly I can check with the email ID password? So they see a lot of things, and they check also the inputs. Is the user has input the real email, or proper password or not? They check everything. So same thing, like though. So the PHP is actually for all, for all grades of people, they are from novice to experts. It is for all. Okay. So, and this is what comes into the game of frameworks. The people, they started making frameworks. Okay. There are some of the popular frameworks now is is like, I know about it, Laravel, Codeignator. All these are frameworks. MVC frameworks. These are MVC frameworks, and model view controller stuff. And if you talk about a normal PHP developer, no one person who just know the PHP now, and if you ask him like this, what is model view controller? For them, like, I want to use a framework, but I don't know about model view controller. That is the biggest question in their mind. And what happens that when these kind of questions comes in the mind, they don't have any option. They either have to they have to know how to write the code in MVC, which is not necessary, by the way. Okay, or they have to go with the only, like, their own core PHP stuff. And even me, I was searching for a framework and I didn't find it. So then I have to, then this Elite or Eagle came into place. Okay, so basically, this actually helps people, like, for if you are a new beginner in PHP, it's very easy for you to understand the code, how to write the code in any PHP framework. Okay, we'll move ahead with explaining all this also. Okay, I hope you all are enjoying the webinar. I'm not so boring, I guess. All right. Okay, so okay. Let's do some practical. Okay. Can you all see my screen? All right.
Yes, we can see a screen.
Okay. To start this thing, what we are going to make today to understand this. So we will see how to use the LE framework, and first step to first step is to download LE framework. So we just go to GitHub, or we will go to ledocs.techsoul.in. If you know the GitHub links, it's okay. Otherwise, you will get the GitHub links from here also. Here you go, the LE framework, and there you come the docs, like document of it. There we will find the download button. You can just click on downloads. Also, you can go and visit the GitHub. And for now, like I'll click on downloads. It's coming here. So I'll save it. Okay. Okay. So over here, this folder, I'll copy it. Go to my htdocs, make a folder. I can just paste directly. Okay, and rename to my project name, project folder. Say for example, this one is for like say webinar. Okay, I'm a folder called webinar, and when I go inside, I'll find all these files. We don't know about all these files, but don't worry, I'll I'll let you know about it. First of all, what you have to do is you have to check that your connection to the to this project is okay or not. So we have to go to localhost and see if we have made it as a webinar, right? Webinar. So I'll just click on webinar, and here comes welcome to LE PHP framework. Okay, if you don't go with this, if you want to know about the more about documentation and all, you can just click here. So, but installation is done. You can see this. I need to do anything more. Then comes the setting up. So we'll go to the LE folder. You'll find it over here, LE folder. You have to go there. You'll find the config.php file. You have to open this. And over here, you find config.php file. Okay. So here you have to set all your database informations and credentials and all. Okay, one thing here I wanted to tell you that there is something new in this LE framework which we have created. It. You can use more than one database in one project. You can use more than one database in one project in LE framework. Like I can use MySQL also and SQLite also. Okay, so it's like this. And then it comes here, like this is how it's been mentioned. So if I'm using MySQL localhost and then user root, password is empty, and database name. So let's write something like make a database. So localhost php admin. I'll create a new database called webinar. Okay, and I create users. Okay, say for example I give 7 fields. Name, I'll take a name, email, phone, password. Okay, and yeah, status, log date. So log date we take just for to check that this person has been what date this person logged in or sorry registered as defined as one. The password always give more than 32 digit and 32 characters or length because we'll be encrypting it and the encryption is like of 32 length. In phone must do the use varchar, not integer type. Otherwise, when you export an Excel sheet, the phone number will change. So I'll just give 25 to be in safe side. Email ID 100, name also 100. That's it. Okay, so that's done, and click save. Okay, so my table has been done. So let's start working with inserting some data in it. Okay, so here we go. My table name is database name is webinar. So I write webinar here, and you don't need to touch any other things like this part because this is an internal CMS, internal database. You can use this also if you don't want to use MySQL. Okay. If you use this internal one, then your whole project will become portable. Okay. Then here comes the email. Email you can write your own email credentials over here. No. So okay, there's so many things over here that actually you have to write your name here as an author and a site name. Like what is the site name? For now, like I'll just keep it, keep it for normal. Over here, website path, I'll be changing it to webinar because that is what my folder name is, right? Okay. Okay, so now this work is done. Okay, so I guess everyone can see the is and do let me know if the text are smaller. I can make it bigger. Is it visible or I should make more big? Is it fine this? I assume it's fine. It's visible. Okay, thanks. All right, thank you. Okay, so it's became too big actually. Yeah, fine. Just go with little small. Okay, I guess this is okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the page which you can remove it. For now, like I'll just remove this body part and all that. And You can, if you want, you can control A delete fully. Okay, or you can just, okay, I'll just try, I'll show you properly only, like this one, this way. So I hit control A delete, okay, and then I'll go to this, my docs part, and I'll see LE CSS framework. For this, I'll be using my CSS framework, okay. So I'll go here, and then you see the HTML setup is there. Also, if you want, if you are a bit expert, then you can use this also. You can just put this one in head tag. Otherwise, you can take the HTML setup from here. Just go and click it. And just copy it. All right. So here it is. Okay. So now it looks like this now. So this is the page. I wrote hi, hello. I'll find hi, hello there. Okay. Okay. See, to understand something, like, when you work on any framework, you have to understand four major things, which is CRUD, crude. Okay. So when you see CRUD, like crude, what do you understand? C stands for create, R stands for read, U stands for update, and D stands for delete. Okay. So you should know at least these four functionalities. Okay. So, okay, let's start making the form. So I'll just give a form. An action. In action, I will be giving, let's see, book pick. In action, I'll just give like p slash sign up. Okay, and okay, I'll better do like something else. Register, or say enter something, whatever. So, and then I'll give an ID also. I'll just give us FRM as ID. You can keep anything. And then, like, on submit should be return false. Also in action should be method should be post. Okay. So now, and see, this thing looks like this now. The thing is there, okay. But if I, and this is also, I'm showing you how a LECSS framework works. Okay, so if I'm writing input, it's a simple HTML text. Name is like name, sorry, name is equal to name, and label. Many people will say like, oh sir, label is not an HTML attribute. So for you guys, like, label is not an HTML attribute, but in LECSS framework it is. Okay, so yeah, you can create your own attributes in HTML, not a problem. So input text name, label name. Okay, very simple HTML only, right? Okay, you know what will come in? This is what comes. I'll just show you in the big screen. See, this is how it comes. You see? That same name, I didn't wrote any extra code for this. Normally, people those who are using Bootstrap, you know how much big code you have to write just to have an input field. So you have to write p, then input field, stuff like that. I don't know, form field or whatever it is. But then here in LE framework, it's very quick, specially made for developers. Okay, specially. So it's like I just wrote a normal HTML tag, which you see now here, and this is what I get. A great design of input field, right hand thing. Wow. Not only that, you can use something like left icon, L icon, and you can write some, like if you're using font awesome, then you can use font awesome like FA and all that. But I'm using materialized icon, so I'm using MDI hyphen account. Okay, so when I refresh here, see, you'll find this thing, a small icon came here, on the left side of it. You can start writing it, and it's also warm, right? Okay. Also, you can for validation part, you can also give required over here. Okay, which is a simple HTML thing. It's nothing to deal with LE CSS or LE PHP framework. Okay. Next goes with email. Okay. So same thing with this. Input type email, name email, label email. Remember one thing, the name you are writing here, name is equal to name, or name is equal to email. This should be matching with your column name in your database. Okay, got it? This part should be the column name. This is the column name for your database. All right. Okay. So L icon I'll just use. If you give, okay, L icon, MDI, and I'm sure for students it's like wow, because it will be very easy for you. Okay, L icon, email. And I refresh. There you go. You see email there. Okay. Okay. What about like if L icon does like that? What to do like if I want to give the icons on the right side of it? So just make this L into R, and your icon is there. You see, easy, right? Okay. You can use both also, L icon and R icon in one place. Okay. Required. Let's go again. Input type. Now this time phone number. So no, type phone is not there. Type tel is there. Name. And this is a simple HTML, by the way. See, I cannot write capital P over here because in the database column name I have wrote small p. Okay. In label you can write anything like phone number, something like this also. It's totally up to you. See. Okay. Then comes required. Okay. Okay, I guess this is fine. Then last is like password. So just put input type password, name password, then comes L icon, I normally take key for password, then quad, and same thing I'll copy to make it a confirm password. So I'll just make C password means confirm password. And yeah, oh sorry, I forgot to write label. Okay. Now, so it comes like this: password, confirm password. All right, and this is gonna cool. Okay, now next goes button. So normally you can write like this also. Okay, but then I just wanted to show you something. I just write like this, and here I write submit. Okay, and this button looks like this. Simple, no? Okay. Next, now we have to put this thing into where we want to put. We want to put this. We have to post this. You know, when you click on it, it should post this whole data, whatever is there. So we will give here on click, pilot, submit. Okay, and this is the Eli PHP framework part, CSS framework part. Okay, so valid submit. So what exactly does this? This will first validate the whole form and then it will submit it. So, and what we will keep here? We'll keep the form ID. So what is the form ID now? See, this is the form ID. Rec form, rec FRM. So I'll just write rec FRM. And there you go. If I click here, it's asking me like it's showing me like all things are red. Validation. And suppose I don't want phone to be validated. No, I don't want to enter phone, so for example. So if I submit now, so except phone, all are getting red. It's asking please fill out this field. Got it? And as soon as you write, like for example, Ajay, and then go for the AJ-TechSoul.in phone number. Don't want to put them, it's okay. Put 986. Okay. The password will be 123. So for example, 123. Okay, let's see submit. 404 error. Nice, now. Actually, this was a continuation of this one. Why this is coming? Where it is getting posted, this whole data. The whole data, they have made it such a way that you find this folders, www folders. All your files will be over here in this www folder. Is it one? Yeah. All your files will be over here. So right now we are working with this one. Okay. And all your files will go to one post.php file, which is in here in process. Okay, so in this process. So how to reach there? We have to go to LE folder, process folder, and then post.php. Let's open this one up. So we here also LE process and post.php. Okay, so basically this looks like this. It's a switch case with bunch of cases. See, case sign up is there, case login is there, forgot password is there, already mentioned reset password is there. these things are already made up, so you can just use it and you can change some codes if you want. Okay, so but here, because we are going to learn something, so I'm writing here something like register. Okay, I'm making a new case for you. So case register. Now what is the first step is we have to validate everything. Let's write down everything. Validate. Then after validation, check the user exists or not. And number third one is insert. Okay. On user exist, insert, else. Okay, I'll give like update. Okay, I'll do the update part also here. If the user exists, then it will update. If not, then it will insert. Okay, so let's do with the validate part. If first of all is set on $post. Okay, and $v required fields. And in required fields, what are the required fields we required? We need name, email, phone, password, and C password. These fields are required. Okay, and then you have to do is like you have to use $v. Why? Because see, we have put one class and we have put that class name validator, and that validator class is inside $v now. Okay, so we're using $v. We is normally used for validation. Okay, here we will validate email. So email, and here we'll write email. Okay, and then same thing with phone. Okay, and then for confirm password, let's do with password also. And just make it proper so that it'll be easy to see. Okay, now here will be the confirm password part. So we give v confirm pass. The first one will be the password, and the second one will be the confirm password. Copy it. Over here we'll give confirm password. All right. One more thing you can do is like you can put a CSRF. Okay, so CSRF, what the people who doesn't know about CSRF, cross-site request forgery. Okay, so if you want to apply that, then you just need to use is like this. Check CSRF code. Okay, so this will actually check your CSRF. Now, but how to check your CSRF? Because it is normally deal with the forms, so you have to mention over here. we'll go to index.php where we are having our forms, and here we write input type text or type hidden name CSRF, and value will be, just write in PHP code $_session token. Okay, there's a more better way of writing this is there. You can check on the documentation for this. Okay, let's go further. So the if statements, the validation part is over. Now let's go. Here will be our check user if exist or not. And if this validation is not there, then we'll just write kindly please fill in data correctly. Okay. All right. Now over here, check user if exists or not. Okay. So in here we have to do is we have to check. We have to write a SQL query. For writing a SQL query, normally what we do, we could connect the database and stuff like that. But over here, we have a database class over here, and we are putting into a $db file, variable. So what we do is we just call $db query select star from users where, because our table was users, right, where email like. Okay, one more thing is left. We have to check, right, in the validation part, we have to check every fields are all right or not, yes or no. So what we do is we take all the fields whatever is required, and we just take that much field only how much is required. See, for example, we don't require C password because C password is not a part of it. So what do we do? We make a FD of it, a new variable called FD, and we write we need this. So we need name, email, phone, password. We need only this much. We don't require password. Sorry, we don't require C password, the confirm password, and we don't require the CSRF input also. Okay, so we just give in, we need. It's like a clean writing a clean code, and then we can also we write post. From where to take this data? We have to take the data from post. Okay. Now over here we can write just like this. Email. SQL email is like email and password is equal to password. Empty password. Actually, for knowing only the user, you don't require all these things like password. Just email is enough. Okay, then comes user. We put all these things into let's say for example check. Okay, and here if you want to see what is there in here, so I'll just write enter and I'll show you what is there. Because right now it's nothing is there, so let's see. Okay, so validation appeared. It's very weak password. Please keep minimum 6 characters. So this is happening because it's stopping my code right over here. Stopping my code over here. Why? Because my password is not proper. All right. So that's so my these codes to enter into database and all that is safe. So what I do is I write my password properly. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For now, I just give this much. Okay, and then submit. Please fill data correctly. Something there. Oh, I didn't refresh. Sorry. My old codes are there in which the CSRF is not mentioned. Okay, so I'll just give them 6. Okay, over here password will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, now submit. It's showing me array, empty array. Can you see that? Because there is no email like that. If it is there, then I will be knowing it. So let's go to the code. So till here everything is working, like the validation part is especially working. Okay. Okay. You want to see what is there in the FD? Wait, let me show you. Well, FD. We took the need, right? See. See, I get all these details. Same details are shown here also. Okay. Okay. So if count chk is greater than 0. By the way, I'm showing you just for this course I'm writing, just to show you how things works. Normally the codes are there, login, register. You can take an example from there also. So if count check greater than 0 means if the value is more, then we'll do is insert. We'll do is update. So let's say update is equal to, or let's say for result, I'll just put name it res. And here db arrow, we have to update. So update table name. Table name is users. And here I'll just need to put a empty. And we have to register by what? We have to register by, I can also take this email part, or because I checked, I checked this thing. So now I got an ID. So I'll just write ID is equal to, it is equal to chk okay, so this is the ID. If the check is there, then here I'll just write ID $ID. That's all. And if not, okay, next, else, if there is no user is there, then res db arrow insert score row. And one more thing, update row. Okay, it's not update just, and then here users, the table name, and just fd. That's all. So all the data is going towards res. Okay, so in res what we get is, we get success is true or not, and we get the inserted ID, okay, with a message. Okay, so if you want to check, okay, so if res success, just this much. Okay, so if the res success is, this code has been executed successfully, then what we do is echo code user added successfully. Okay, else sorry, unable to add users. Okay, now my code is completed now. Okay, I'll just show you how it looks like. The whole thing is here. My database is empty. See, users. So the thing is there, empty. Here, I'm clicking submit. Says user added successfully. Okay. And if I click on here users, you'll find my details are here. Okay. One more thing, you can see the password. My password is visible here, which is not right. My password should be encrypted. So in that case, after where we took the FD, just right click this, password is equal to MD5 password. Okay. So now what happens is, now if I submit again, see user added successfully, no new user is getting added, but my password has been encrypted. You can see this. Got it? So here I showed you the update part and insert part. So you got the C and U. Okay. Any questions in this part? You can ask me, please, if you have any questions. You have any questions in this? Create an update. Yes, ask me, please.
Yes, students and the participants, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Sorry, my apology, I missed out few of your, the previous lectures and all those, the parts. Are you trying to make, okay, login, you're trying to make a login system here, right?
Yeah, first of all, I'm making a register part in which if the user exists, then it will also update it. And then now I'll be doing in the login part.
Okay, registration form.
Yeah, I'm just showing them like how to use the CRAUD, like the create, delete, update
Yeah,
it's statements. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. No problem. So next, I'll show you if the user exists. For example, sorry, if the user is new, then it should send me an email ID. Okay, email saying like, hey, hi, I got your, like you have been registered. Nice to have you in my platform. Something like that. Okay. So what I'll do is, first of all, I'll just empty it so that I don't create any trouble. I just empty that table. Now my table is brand new. Okay. And then over here, what I'll do is, suppose I want to send a mail. Okay. So here is this thing, and the mail should go only on the, suppose like when I'm it's like when I insert something, a new user. Okay, so I'll just write success, and here I'll write dollar, so for example M is equal to new mailer. Okay, and then M, so all the uh, you know the case, or sorry, the class of mailer function, all the functions of the mailer came in $m. Now $m, I just give an arrow and write email. Here I write, say for example, my own gmail.com. Okay, this is my Gmail email. Subject I'll write live webinar is fun. Okay, and message overruled. Okay, so for example, I'm writing like this. Okay, you want to see like, again, it'll send you the message also. Okay, anyway, so I'll just show you this. Okay, this is simple for sending mail. Now I'll start. I'll submit it. Say I clicked it. I click right. So user added successfully. We'll see an email came or not. Let me check email. One second. Oh. See, I got a mail. I'll just click on here. Spam. Okay. Okay, so the subject is mail webinar, live webinar is fun. I'll just show you. Can you see that? This is my email configuration for, so it's taking from there and it's showing that message overruled. This is and this has been sent, see, 1 minute ago, 4:16. Okay, so the mail is going, no problem for that, very easy. Okay, next. So you understand how to send a mail, now. Next we'll go is we'll create a new page. I'll name it as, say for example, login.php. Oh, sorry, not login.php. So just name it. In login.php, what I'll do is I'll just copy paste all the things here only. No need to do again, same thing. And accept the email and password. I'll remove all. And over here, I'll mention it login. Okay, yeah, one more thing. There must be a question, say like, so what is this action? How this thing is going there? How the data is going that side? So actually, we are putting like you're doing some changes in post.php. Post.php has been named as P. Okay, the letter P. So whenever you're writing any code here, and if you want that code to go to P, so you just write P. Post.php, then you just write P, and see there is a login part over here. I'll just show you. See login. So if now I write login. So this would totally go to this, but sorry, this would totally go to this particular case. This whole code will be shown. Okay. Now let's go with and go to login. Login.php. You see? Oh, okay. See, I wrote login.php, but then it automatically became some mistake I did. Actually, I didn't wrote slash. I go to config.php, this one, and write slash here. This is what. Now it's fine. No? So if you go to login.php, so it will automatically becomes login. I'll tell you why it is happening, because normally login, if you go to login or login.php, it will automatically turn the whole thing, the whole page, into a new URL rewriting, that is login. Okay, so you can use both things. And now if I check, like, for example, the password I will give is 123 1234566. See, it's coming successful login, and it's going to home. Okay, which is not there. So yeah, if the content is not there, it will show like this. Got it? So it's actually is going to home. You can see nicely. Okay, so it's going to home.php. Now what we do is we create a new home.php. So let's go home.php, and what we will do in home.php, we will just mention the details. Okay, so let's say, okay, I'll just write all this, copy this thing here, so that I don't need to write copy again and again. I'll just write here, hey name, and it says email ID. So here it should be my name, the user's logged in name, it should be an email ID, and here should be logout. Okay, but remember this, in href, to log out we have not written any code, right? But actually you don't require to write any code for logout. Just write logout in a capital letter. Okay, that's all, and it will automatically log you out from everything. No? Okay, now let's go the PHP thing. I'll just write PHP code here. Okay, so over here I'll just give I'll take a variable r. I'll give like new request. Okay, and then r is I'm putting the variables here. Normally is logged in will tell me if I guess this is logged in is will tell me if the any users has been logged in or not. Just to show you. Okay, small letter. Let me check. Okay, let me see. Logged in. Sorry, my spelling mistake. So it's logged in, and I'm showing you with pardon. So what the response is there. So it's showing me true. Yes. Can you see that? Here it is. So it's showing me true. Okay. That means somebody has logged in. Suppose I want to get the data also. So I just write true here, and I get the data from this. Okay. So right now what I'll do is I'll make this log as user and start. I could write like this also. You know, like a typical PHP guy. You know, user name. That's all. And over here I'll just mention like email and sorry. There you go. So here comes like, hey Ajay Kumar Gupta, TechSoul@gmail.com. Got it? So this is how, you know, the names can be there. But if you don't want like this, or you want in a different way, so for example, there's not only this data, but there's so many data. Okay. So what you'll do? See, for example, right here, TMP stands for template. Okay. Viewer. I say replace. If there is only one data, I just write you like one data means one array. Like, you know, there is only one user. Then just give user. Okay. If there are so many, then you can give, instead of replace, you can write viewer. Okay. So for example, I want it to be a viewer. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, let's do with user first. Then we'll go with viewer part also. Okay, and this has to be printed, this part, right? So before that, I'll just show you something. This PHP tag which I wrote, instead of that, I'll just write a like this, the column names with no, the braces. What is this email? It will be phone. Let's comment this one for now, and I'll show you what exactly it looks like. It looks like this. Okay. So, and then, but here what I'll do is replace the array and then give template. A template, what is the template? Template is like this only. What I'll do is I'll just cut. I'll not copy, I'll cut, and then template is equal to single inverted comma paste. If you do double inverted comma over here, it will give you this kind of issues, and you have to give a slash every time, which is not good. If we refresh, sorry, it has to be like this. So template should be first, not user. Where is that? Let me see. One second. Got it. Okay, so because on this template, This is should be this. Oh, it's not finding it countable. Okay, fine. So this and the way I'm taking this array is not proper. Okay. See the array how it is coming, and actually it should not come like this. If you want to use this viewer and replace option. Okay. So for example, let's show you how these things are coming up. See. Okay, so the details are coming like this. Okay, but actually it should come in differently. It should come like 0. Then only this will work. Okay, for example, if I just do like that method, so you as users and USR, so now it will be users. Now fresh, see it's coming into a field. Now what we'll do is use viewer. Let's see. Viewer. Users, comma, template. Let's see. Let me remove these things. It'll look nice. There you go. It looks cool, right? So, but actually, this is the use case for using this viewer and replace is not viewer is like not only on this thing. This is something like just I showed you like how to use this thing. Okay, but if you want to use it in a properly, you use in the databases, you use in the list, you use in something like that. Okay, like something which is coming in the loops. All right. Okay, let's move ahead. So now we'll go with logout, and here you go. Okay, you logged out already. If you want to go again to that home.php, it doesn't allow you. It's because you are logged out. Okay, you see. But there's one thing with Eli PHP Framework. You don't need to write a separate code to write say like, oh, if the user has logged in, if the user has logged in, then only this page has to show. See, I have not written any such code like this. Okay, but what if like I want to have like this, like I want to have like, say for example, I'll write say my.php, or say like open.php. Okay, and I write here something like this, h1 open for all. Okay, so if I go in here open.php, see, I'm not allowed. I'm thrown out. I'm not allowed to open to use that open.php. It's asking me to log in. But as a developer, if I want it to be to be open for all, then what I have to do is I have to take this URL like open.php, the file name, go to my config.php, go down, and then you'll find a free pages. Okay, free pages, and there you write is open.php. If you want to add more, you can just keep comma and write something .php again. Okay. So now if I click on or go to open.php, so for example open.php, see I'm getting open. But it's same thing if I go with home, it's throwing me back to the login. Okay, interesting, right? So now this page is open just because of this purpose. I hope you get it. Any question by now, till now? Is there any questions? Something like even the teachers, if they have questions, please ask me.
Yes, yes. If there is any question, please feel free to ask. Uh, we will. I have some questions, but we'll discuss after your presentation to some extent.
Yeah, it's almost done. So
Um,
yeah, I've for
Maybe
today I've teached major parts of it, like how to start and everything. And I would like the users, like the students, to go home, try using this, and there are documentation. If they don't understand something, there are documentation for this. They can check that. Okay, and then if they find any problem,
1 second.
then they can always come to me, or or ask questions from us.
Yeah, I miss out most of your coding. Most of your part. I'm sorry for that. But one thing that I find is that there are so many things that you have shortened in fact. Okay, it's all inbuilt things. Say, for example, the logout that you have mentioned. Uh, but uh, but the concern that I have is the usability of your code, in the sense that when we try to shorten all these codes, are we not compromising some of the flexibility of modifying those codes?
Yes, obviously, if the user wants to modify the code, okay, as for now, like the codes which is there, it's very like it's expert level, it's not just written just like that. It has been written for general purposes. But if the user wanted something like, no, I don't want, I want something this to happen, then they can always go and rewrite the code, or they can change the codes from here, like especially in post.php, because all the forms elements goes to the post.php. So they can always goes to post.php, and it's open for all, like the open, all students, all developers can go there, and they can write the code. Like, so for example, I wrote the register one, but the code is already there in sign up. Okay, so for sign up is there, but just to teach, like how things goes and all, I showed in the register like how it works. Okay, so same thing, like you can keep on creating cases how much you want, so all your internal things, like server part things, will be here. Normally, if you're writing PHP code, what you do is like the login form is there, and on the top of the login form, you write the PHP small PHP code, right? To search, like select the login and all that. Yes or no? So instead of doing that, yeah, you can just write like this, and the look and feel is good. No need to reload the page; it's come directly in front of you.
Yeah, it's register will be one page in that case, and I think what else? Register will be one page in that case, right?
Yes, yeah, it will be like one case will act like a one page, like
Yes,
yeah,
one page.
yes, like that. Like every case is there, yeah. So you can create how much cases you want, and won't interfere on the, if one case is not working or something, it won't interfere on the other cases and also, because of break statements and all.
Okay. Uh, um, do you think using this particular framework, that we need to have the concept of object-oriented programming, or
Sorry,
when,
I couldn't hear you.
I mean, for say for example, for other frameworks, we need to have a concept of the object-oriented programming, and in writing the codes also, lots of object-oriented programming concepts are implemented. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, I don't know whether you have not done or not, but when I see these codes, it seems to me it's more like a natural language programming. So, what is the level of understanding of OOPS concept that students should have for anyone who wants to use the framework?
Yeah. See, the thing is, when actually when people they use start using frameworks, the answer lies there. Okay. When user wanted to use framework is when users are already using like PHP. They have to be good in PHP. Okay. And once they are good in PHP, then they require like, okay, like, I don't need to rewrite the codes for everything. I have to go with some frameworks or something. There, the point happens that in searching of frameworks, they try to search some frameworks like, so for example, Laravel, okay, which is pretty high now in the market. So they go for the Laravel. So they check like when they think about starting the code, writing a code and all, they see like, okay, what is this? This file is here, that file is there, that code is here, that code is there. Actually, Eli PHP framework is a bit simpler version of writing codes. Even if you are a core PHP developer, still you can write a code in Eli PHP framework, just like your style. But if you
Okay.
want to use the LE style of writing the code, you can use that also.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay.
You can
All
you
right.
can still like write in your login.php like on the top of it, you can start writing your own code also. No problem to that. But also there is if you use the LE style, then it will be very easy for you.
Okay. If I my concern is, I mean, let me reframe the question. I think you have answered, but I'm not so clear with that. What my question is, say for example, for coordinator or for Laravel, for example,
Mm-hmm.
not only the we need to have the concept of observability, right? OOPS concept of PHP, for example. Yeah, we can. Yeah, PHP procedural is always required in any cases. However, so but we always give emphasis on the OOPS concept. The student should have a clear idea, or the one who is going to use should have a clear idea of the OOPS
Oops,
concept. So,
concept, yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So now in any case, in any PHP, do we also do we also need to have this OOPS concept? Because the things that you have done over here, I don't find much uses of the OOPS concept over here. That is what
If
I
you
want to.
see, yeah, if you see that the whole thing is oops only, like, if you see this side, see, we are writing the class, we are
Yes, yes, object.
implementing the class into the V. So normally what we are doing is we are adding new classes, which is normally a oops, like, and then we are calling particular functions, which is also part of oops, So it's totally a oops programming only. But thing is, it depends on the person, like whoever is using. If he's a novice, still he can use, or if he's expert, still he can use.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So in this case, like the students basically they will know the OOPS concept also, but not by studying first, but first using it. By using it, they will understand, okay, like how this V has this password. What is the code behind it? Then they go and like they check the classes folder and maybe like the validation part, and then they like validator part, and like they will see the okay, like there are the codes. Okay, phone is like this, stuff like this. So yeah, so that's how it is.
Okay. Then again, your framework, this LE
Mm-hmm.
framework, do we follow the MVC model pattern design pattern?
No, we don't use MVC model. That is what the uniqueness of Elephant,
Because I
because
find,
there is a yeah, pardon.
yeah, I find most of the framework, yeah,
They use
most time
MVC.
MVC or it's MVC anyways.
Yes, yes. Yeah, actually, we don't use MVC framework. The reason behind this is for it's because LE framework, when we created the LE framework, it was especially made for the users who are just new in PHP language or PHP programming. So if we ask them like like okay, like you start it's some MVC framework. This is a model. This is a view. Then this is a controller. You write some codes over here, write some codes there, write some codes there, and then and the user won't understand. They get confused. The students especially they get confused. Like how will I write code? Like it becomes very how statement.
Yeah, starting off I mean, installing and starting off just to write hello world is also difficult sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the framework, say Laravel or also in coordinator, you have to understand the MVC for framework
Mm-hmm.
properly, where to, because
Yeah.
the view is again separate, I mean the controller is again separate, all those, right? Database is again in separate things. So that is.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
We
here
have
it's
certain
like,
things. Yeah.
so here it's like I mean the one who has idea of procedure language programming, they can just start it likewise itself here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Because in procedure language, we, I mean, normally we just create the file name and we put there, right? Or
Mm.
even if you want to have a single file name, also under that you put everything there. So it's
True.
somewhat lighted over here also, the things that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Here, but only thing is the user should know, the student should know that okay, where the data is going, the data flow diagram they should know in their mind. The basically the post.php, the data from form is going to post.php, and from post.php is going to be coming back to the home dot whatever the page they are come up from. Even there are things like API. API is also there. Okay, you don't need
Yes,
to you don't need to make a new API for it. Like normally what happens is we have to start working with REST API. There is again a separate project actually. If you are making like a mobile application, you have to write a again like a bunch of codes just to make that thing work in this one. But so for example, I'll just show you something. Okay. So suppose have added this one user, okay, and then I'll write API, and then users, okay. See, first of all, is asking me no API key provided. Okay, so I'll just check the API key. What is the API key? Okay, I'll just show you all these things also. One second. So open the PHP. Okay, I'll just see take the API key from there. To get the API key, what I'll do is there's a full documentation over here. If you go to ledocs.techsoul.in, see over here. So basically here also is shows like very easily like introduction, getting started, full structure database, template validation, mail, post, API, and there are so many things in LE++ also, which will be like together thing. Okay, so here is the API. So what I'll do is I just copy this particular part, or I can just copy here also. Like this is a localhost default API. Okay, so if I write here API key is equal to paste enter, you will find this that I'm getting the user's information. You see that success equal to data 0. I'm getting data and then length is 1. So normally when you use this mobile applications and all, it's very easy for you to get the data from the websites. If you want, suppose like you want only this user, like because I have only one user, so it's showing me only one. But if you want something like, oh, I want to see the user number 1, so I'll just write like users and then /1. I'll just give /1 and enter. So I'm getting the one user. Okay, and the length is 7. 7 fields are there. So it's something like this.
okay. Yeah, I request the participants to put some questions, any concern that you have. When I look at the participants list, and we have a few numbers only, 18, along with the presenters and everyone. I find some very popular name. Name of first one is Lucy Kurba. I think if she's the right, I mean, if I understand, I think I think I know her. So I expect some questions from Lucy. I expect some questions from our students as well. I find Ritesh Kumar over here. Right, I expect some questions. Please put up some question so that we'll know more about Ellie from through your question as well. That's number one. And again, number two, I would like to inform you that we are collecting the attendance, though it is few also. We like to collect the attendance for every day. Yeah, the Google Meet has also collected, however, but I would like, if in case if you miss out and all those things, I would like you to request. I would like to request you to fill up this form, which is the attendance for day one. Tomorrow also we'll be providing the attendance likewise. So the certificate providing certificates will be based on this attendance as well. So please put up, please mark attendance over here. Please submit for this one also. And in case if any participants have not registered, please register your name over here, so that it will be easy for us also to issue the certificate.
Yeah,
That
tomorrow we will be learning something interesting, actually, more. This is just a starting part, so that if you want to go ahead and use it, start doing it. And it's very easy, you don't need to do much things. Tomorrow we'll show how to create pages and how to manage the pages, just like that.
Yeah, Ajay, today is the first day, and and in fact, we have zero knowledge about the LE framework, LE
Mhm.
PHP framework. So that's why the way you demonstrated how you do the coding, how coding has to be done. I think it will open our eyes a lot. Tomorrow we can discuss a few, general questions. I would say the concern that normally we have for any PHP framework. I think
Mhm.
we have few people who have experience in using a PHP, and I would request them to put up the questions if any you have. Okay, maybe okay, Ajay, Mr. Ajay,
Hello,
normally
sir.
about the plugins. Yes, Ritesh.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Yeah, sir, I have one question.
please, please.
Uh, after we log out, you said that we cannot go to the same page, right? To that home
Yes,
page. Yeah,
yes,
true that we use session for that, and here I didn't find that.
session.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we are using session here also. I'll just show you the code. It's actually inbuilt, so I don't want to waste time, So
Okay.
I'll just show you the codes for that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
See
Here,
here.
I think you have just used log out, right? LO capital letter.
LOGO, yeah,
Yes.
log out in capitals. That's all to log out.
Okay. Okay.
Over here, see that the codes are here. So you can check, you can change anytime. Suppose you are doing the stuff with phone, not phone and password, not email and password. You can change from here also. And there is like here's the we are taking the user sessions from here. Like we are putting all the user sessions, or let's say users data into dollar and Cisco session user. You can either take
Okay.
this way or you can use this way, which I showed you like in home.php. One second. Or you can take this way, like is logged in user. You can take
Okay.
this method also. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I think normally I think in normal PHP, right, we use session underscore destroy and all those things. I think we don't find that one. That may be the reason why uh, I mean, wants to see that one.
Yeah, no, it's even that you can use here. Even that you can see. You know what the whole idea is? The whole idea is this that normally when PHP came, no, PHP. See, you will find something like PHP can be written by any person, like any great people. Like for example, I'm saying grade, okay? Suppose
Mhm.
as beginner or expert, both they can use PHP, okay? But then if you start watching their codes, you'll find the difference. Like the beginner is writing something like, okay, it's working, but and the expert is writing something that also is working, but some logics are different. Same thing what happens here in LE PHP framework also, I have maintained those things. So if the person is coming up from PHP and coming into LE PHP framework as a first framework for themselves, they don't need to learn or something like do a whole course on it. They can just know a few things and they can start experimenting, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, and if they find any issues or something like that, they can always go in GitHub and create an issue create an issue, and I'll revert back there also. Not a problem for that.
So I think in any sorry, in any framework, it's usually likewise, but it's quite shortened over here. The thing is that I think in Laravel also we use forget function, session function likewise in order to destroy a session and all those.
Sure.
Um, but here again, with just logout in capital letter, it does those functions over here, right? Those tasks over here.
Yes, yes. The whole process, the whole idea is that it should be easy. It
Yeah,
should be fast.
the less writing of codes, right? Yeah, that is
Right.
again the whole concept of any framework. You need to write,
Mhm.
you should write less number of codes, and you should be able to reuse the codes that you have written. That is the whole concept of framework, however, and
Mhm.
it's interesting, I think. Anyone who has work on frameworks and other frameworks, I mean, please put your inputs over here also so that we can understand the LE framework better. We can always compare with the framework that we have worked and see what is not there or what is over here also. So the merit and demerit for all the frameworks can be discussed also over here, right?
Right.
Right, Mr. Azay? Yeah.
Yes, yes, right.
I think our students, most of them have not learned, have not used any framework. Um, so I think they may not have much idea about, but I think this is quite good for them also to start, to think of using any framework.
See,
Yeah,
normally what
students.
happens that community, when you talk about the community of any framework, so you have Laravel, you have, if you're stuck somewhere, you go to Laravel community and you ask the questions and all that. Same thing over here. We have also a community in which the LEPHP frameworks people are there. So you can always go to the GitHub from where you can find out the links. In GitHub, you can just search LE PHP framework and it will come to you. So LE PHP framework, go and create an issue or something like that if you are getting an issue or something, and will always revert back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Like that is max.
Nice. Yeah, that is great because whenever we choose, we advise to choose, or when we think of choosing any framework, we also look at the community, how many people are contributing to that. Okay, so that any questions we put or any queries or any problem that we face, we expect that problem must have been solved by some or the other one. So and in case if Ellie also has that facilities over here, it will be a great. I mean, that will be much helpful to anyone who start using LE.
Yeah. Actually,
So
it's
can you,
LE PHP framework is good for the beginners.
yeah, can you do you have any statistics of the users who have used the LE PHP framework?
How many people are using it? You're saying?
Yes, any number of any
Uh,
statistics on that.
I think more than like the real websites. I'm telling you. Okay, normally the users are the developers only. But then if I just want to tell you, like from more than like 4 years, website whatever TechSoul has made, whatever the website TechSoul has made, the TechSoul has already always used LE PHP framework only for that. Okay, only for the government website we use a Eagle PHP framework, but then for any client projects and all that we use a PHP framework. And one of the latest website I would like everyone to open. It is very good actually. You can open getme7.com. That whole website is been made in LE framework, and you see the quick, the fastness, and LE framework. This is all together. When LE framework and LE framework is together, we call it LE++, which I will and tell you tomorrow, you know, and see how fast is this. If anybody is there who have opened in a phone or something, you can know. Open get needs 7, get needs needs dot sorry 7.com. Get needs 7.com.
This is your latest project, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my latest product. Yes, and it's made in LPHP framework.
Yeah,
And this
I
product,
think,
yeah.
yeah. Please, any question, please? I would say one of the reasons why I would say people shy away from Laravel, for example. Uh, I mean, I consider okay when you
Mm-hmm.
compare,
Sure.
yeah, when you compare the when you check any comparison of any framework, say for example Laravel with Symfony, Laravel with Cake PHP, Laravel with Coordinator, or any framework that you means you take.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a for a novice person, I would say, and also for any beginners, um, the concern is more about how can we start, okay, how can we install and start, right? And out of most of these, the comparison that we normally put is also ease of deployment also. So the Laravel, for example, you need to, our configuration itself is little tougher compared to other framework. Let's say, for example, a Cake PHP framework or Coordinator, for example. Now, since they may follow MVC model, maybe because of that also. However, in case of any framework, it's doesn't you don't need any such kind of concern over here, right? Because if you
Okay.
want to learn PHP, you start coding with PHP. Once you know that one, directly you can shift to this PHP framework in that case.
Mm, right.
So
Or
there
you
is,
can.
yeah,
Mm,
so there is very less stress on any beginners to start installing and put it start coding on that also, just to see the hello world over there also and create a page also. In going there, you need to check the routing and all those, so that all those mess is it's avoided over here. So in
yes.
fact, it will boost the confidence of any beginners in that case.
True. Normally, I wanted to tell you something about Laravel and why Laravel, what is the purpose of it, and like what is the what why the beginner should not use the Laravel. Okay, so basically the Laravel is like specially for the developers who are high end. Okay, high end developers. Plus, Laravel is in the mind of the owners, like the one who authors, in the mind they have mentioned like they make sure that Laravel can be used with PHP CLI also. PHP CLI is like command line functionalities of PHP. Okay, and so suppose like you want to use you want to write the code or you want to execute your code directly on the terminal, terminal or DOS or something like that, you can use it. So Laravel is actually made in that way. So with even with LE PHP framework also you can do this in the future, but right now like as I said, for beginners or experts, both can use LE PHP framework and with their own like how much they know, because there is a always there is a level. So today the one which I showed today, I just showed very little of what PHP LE PHP framework can do. Tomorrow I might show you more with the help of LE++ and all that. Later on, then the documentation is there, so you can always go to that and check.
Okay, it's almost 2 hours for us.
Right.
Yeah, if I think if no one has any questions and if you don't have anything to say further and you want to give for tomorrow, then we can wind up.
Yeah, sure.
Well, can I consider that no one has any question, any query? Okay, we have only 18 of us. In fact, it's 16 of us only. So I think we can we can chat like a normal conversation. All right. In fact, sorry, the whole program, I would say this is been recorded with the consent of the speaker, with the resource person, Mr. Ajay. Yeah, and we will be sharing this if you want to refer. We'll be sharing this also, and you can go through again and understand today's session, today's topic we discussed. And in the meantime, I think if you have any concern, you can always inform us, so that it is put up for tomorrow's. I mean, during the session itself. Okay. Okay, then I would like to thank all the participants and also Mr. Ajay for today's session. And I think tomorrow's again will be much more helpful again to all of us. Yeah, with these few words, I would like to conclude the program, and if once you submit the attendance, we'll record your attendance only. So please submit your attendance. The URL is provided in the comment section. Please check that one also before we leave this webinar. Okay, then let's meet tomorrow again.
Sure. Tomorrow, same time.